again. So we have Lucy here today. We're going to do a leg and an ab workout. And we're going to start with a side-to-side lunge. Okay, Lucy, begin. So she's stepping 5 on, nope, not alternating, staying on one side. 5 on that side, that's 2. Good, 3. And 4. And 5. And then alternating to the other side for 5. And 4. It's real simple. But this is great for the adductors, the inside of the thigh. And 5. So it's just 5 and 5. Good. And alternate. And you'll really feel these on the inside of the leg the following day. 3. And 5. So again, with all of our programs, you go until you can't, you rest until you can. And 3, and there's no shame in resting. So if you feel like you're just burning and your form is getting sloppy and you just need a quick break, take the break. Lucy's going to work at her pace, you work at your pace. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Excellent. So we're going for 5 minutes and 2. So abduction and adduction, the inner and outer leg muscles and the thigh. And that's what we're working on today. Clearly, we're doing all legs, so it's going to be very leg intensive. The largest muscle group, you've got your quadriceps, your glutes, pretty much everything is working. Little bit of upper body holding that little bit of extra weight. And again, go with the weight you're comfortable with. And 2, I tend not to go so heavy in these because they are tough. And we're starting our workout with these. Get the worst over with first. And 5, excellent. So it's going to be core and leg intensive. We'll throw some really good core moves. And the reason why we're just sticking, we're just doing like what's called an escalating density training series, which I've learned from Dr. Jay Tita of the Metabolic Effect, is we want to overload the muscle we're working on. So we're not switching it up. We're just staying on that one exercise for 5 minutes. Very, very effective. 3. And I'm always accused of counting wrong. So if I'm off and Lucy's at 5 and I'm at 4, just listen, watch Lucy. So you're going to be at your own pace. Lucy's going to be at her pace. And simply you're listening to this video or watching this video for the coaching. Good. 5 and 5. And we're already 3 minutes in. She has less than 2 minutes here. It's getting really tough. Excellent. Just side to side. See how notice how she's pushing through her heel. She's keeping her body nice and tight and upright. She's not rounding her shoulders. She's got that proud chest. Her shoulders are back, pushing through the heel. Her form is really good. And you could even feel this in the glute. You're really getting a good burn in the glute. Good. 4 and 5. Excellent. She has 1 minute and 10 seconds left. I bet she can't wait. So feel free if you need to stop and take a quick sip of water, go ahead and do it. Lucy is merely your model today. She's working at her pace. You work at your pace. Be safe. Always be safe first. How do you know? If you need a break, again, form fails. You feel jittery, maybe you take a misstep, you can get hurt. So you really want to rest it out and just jump back in when you can. There's no shame. This is not a race. 2, good. We're going for the burn. 3, good. 4, excellent. And 5, side to side movements. Beautiful. Taking that rest. If you're not ready, you're resting, and there's no shame in resting. Perfect. Good. 20 seconds left. Excellent. Good. And good. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Try not rolling on the ball of the foot. You're always going to push through the heel on that lunge. If your knee hurts, you're going to try it without the dumbbells first. Really focus on maybe a static lunge where you stay in that lunge position and just go up and down instead of pushing, right? So lunges are very effective for leg development, building up the quadriceps, the glutes. Lunge, squat, lunge, 5 minutes, escalating density. Perfect. Very, very basic. Lunge, squat, lunge. We're going to feel these legs tomorrow. Lunge, squat. Anytime you overload that muscles, we're already 2 minutes in, you overload, not giving it a rest. Resting when you absolutely need to rest is when, you know, people take breaks. And just don't take a structured break. Take a break when you feel like you can't go any further or any longer. That may be something different a coach or a trainer tells you. You can tell this yourself by you are simply so out of breath that you can't perform one more. So I'm looking for you to rest. I'm looking for you to break. So Lucy may be resting. You may still be going. You haven't reached your burning point yet. Form gets sloppy. That's another cue that you need to take a break or a rest. But we like these intensity type sessions with weights because there's so much science to back up, and that's awesome. Lucy's resting. That this type of training is more effective in fat burning. Okay, our next move is a lunge, squat, lunge for 5 minutes. So we could do this one way. Lucy's just beginning. And so she's lunging and she's stepping back, squat and lunge. Now, I decided just to keep it pretty boring. We could upchain something, like she could upchain the squats. Instead of doing one squat, she could do 2. But it's just easier this way. We could actually make this a squat jump, but we're being nice today. Maybe I'll have Lucy show you. She's gonna lunge and then squat with a squat jump and show you how, if you wanted to really, that's it. You can actually throw in squat jumps to intensify your program. So if you don't feel challenged by that, add a squat jump in, and you will see in under a minute how tough that can be. So simply this round is just lunge, squat, and lunge. You don't feel challenged, pick up a heavier weight. You don't feel challenged, add a plyometric to it, okay? So lunge, squat, good, always pushing through the heel, sitting through the heel. So when people say, oh, I can't do any lunges, my knee hurts, try not rolling on the ball of the foot. You're always gonna push through the heel on that lunge. If your knee hurts, you're gonna try it without the dumbbells first. Really focus on maybe a static lunge where you stay in that lunge position and just go up and down instead of pushing, right? So lunges are very effective for leg development, building up the quadriceps, the glutes. Lunge, squat, lunge, 5 minutes, escalating density. Perfect. Very, very basic. Lunge, squat, lunge. We're gonna feel these legs tomorrow. Lunge, squat. Anytime you overload that muscles, we're already 2 minutes in, you overload, not giving it a rest. Resting when you absolutely need to rest is when, you know, people take breaks. And just don't take a structured break. Take a break when you feel like you can't go any further or any longer. That may be something different a coach or a trainer tells you. You can tell this yourself by you are simply so out of breath that you can't perform one more. So I'm looking for you to rest. I'm looking for you to break. So Lucy may be resting. You may still be going. You haven't reached your burning point yet. Form gets sloppy. That's another cue that you need to take a break or a rest. But we like these intensity type sessions with weights because there's so much science to back up, and that's awesome. Lucy's resting. That this type of training is more effective in fat burning, the lactic acid response in the muscle. Lactic acid is the byproduct. Okay, we're back and we're gonna go hips up, hips down for 5, really driving the hips up, and 4 and 5. And then you're gonna come up to the shoulder, right? So this is a little bit of shoulder, a lot of core, actually a lot of shoulder if you think about it. Working on that core and legs today. And 5, excellent. So for 5 minutes, hips up, hips down, and then shoulder up, up, down, down. Really tough. Giving those legs a little bit of rest. Up, up, down, up, and down, down. Good. So we've done our side lunges, our lunge squat lunges, and now we're doing some plank moves. Sitting, stretching it out. Excellent. Lots of core. Up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up, up, down, down. Good. Up, down, down. Good. Up, down, down for 5. And then hip up, hip down. Anything for 5 minutes is tough. So I expect a lot of rest in this round. Good. 4 and 5. Up, and down, down. Good. Up, down, down. Perfect. Good. So lots of rest because for some reason this 5-minute session just creeps and creeps. We're almost at the 2-minute mark. The heart is soaring. Good. 3, 4, 5. So Lucy is moving at her pace and you are moving at your own pace. So if you need a rest, take a rest. If Lucy is resting and you're still going, that's fine. So as you can see, Lucy's in great condition. So this is very tough. She's needing a lot of rest. And there's no shame in that. We love rest. Rest means you're working to your capacity. Excellent. Good. 3 and 5. Good. Taking lots of rest. Feel free. You don't have to jump right back in. Feel free to stretch it out. Grab a sip of water. Good. Hips up, hips down. 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Up. Good. And that's 1, 2, 3. Good. And 5. We're already 3 minutes in, less than 2 minutes left in this segment. Then we're going to go back and do another leg and a core move. Excellent. 1, 2, driving those hips up. So Lucy's pushing through her elbows and the ball of her toes, using her hips to get that core involved. There's a lot of shoulders too, but since we haven't really worked shoulders today, this is great. Good. And 5. Stretch it out. Stretching it out. Perfect. Almost at that 4-minute mark. And we are at the 4-minute mark right now, so we have less than a minute left. And you could feel these. Excellent. 5. Up, down, down. Good. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. We have 35 seconds left, and Lucy is resting. That's perfect. A nice long stretch. Don't go back in until you feel ready. Excellent. We are working now, counting down here, 20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Good. Almost at that 10-second mark. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, excellent, done. We're back and Lucy's gonna go, we're gonna do these in 10. So it's gonna be 10 deadlifts. Good, and see how Lucy is bowing. She's not rounding her shoulders. She has the proud chest. Her dumbbells are nice and close to her legs. Her form is really good. So we're going up to 10 in these, and this is 6. And then we're gonna do another ab move. We'll do another core move with this. 8, 9, and one more, 10. And then Lucy's gonna take one of the weights and come down to the mat, and she's gonna do a pullover for 10. So she's gonna hold that weight in both hands, bring the weight behind her, and she's gonna keep her head flat, and she's just gonna simply touch. So now we're in an opposing move, whereas before we were in that plank, now we're on our back. And so I like to do these opposing type of moves for core. So instead of face down, she's face up now with a weighted V-up. I call these weighted V-ups. 8, you could really feel that in this midsection.
Yep.
And 9, and she'll feel these tomorrow. And who doesn't like to feel their abs, right? Good. So we're combining a leg and a core move. Every time you're doing legs, you really are doing core. Right back to that beautiful deadlift with perfect form. Again, we never want to round our shoulders. We can really pull out our lower back, hurt our neck. So deadlifts are one of those exercises you really want to have a tight form, really work on perfection. So you could slow the movie. Just no race again. We're not in a race here. So you may be doing your V-up with weight, and Lucy may be on deadlifts, and that's perfectly fine. And 9, good, and 10. So we're simply going back and forth. And this is the last piece of our 20-minute workout series. And 10 V-ups with the weights. This is one of my favorite ab moves. Now, if your lower back hurts, you can simply do, drop the weight. You could put your hand under your lower back and just do a reverse crunch, or do any ab exercise of your choice if this is too much. 8 and 9, we get a little bit of upper body, and that's 10. Perfect. So we're just going back and forth. And we're halfway there. Another 2.5 minutes. And our 20-minute workout will be complete. Good. We have that nice, perfect deadlift. And 2. Today's a lot of legs. Our next workout will focus more on our upper body. Good. 5 and 6. And if this is not challenging for you, you can simply use heavier weight. Lucy has a pair of 15s. Tend to be a little bit stronger in that deadlift. 9. Or you can go lighter. And 10. Perfect. Back and forth. 1.5 minutes remaining, which is good news. And 2 and 3, and we're updating our database for our workouts for our 4-week program. Freshen it up a little with new workouts. And 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Excellent. And we have 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. Excellent. And 1 and 2. Good. And 3 and 4. 5. 5 more. And 4 more. And we have 30 seconds remaining. Good. 10 and 10. Perfect. And 15 seconds left. Good. 9, 7, 6, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Excellent. Thank you, Lucy. You're a true champion. We will see you next time with more upper body moves.